Anima Squad is one of the most simple camps in the game to play, but it's actually hard to master. So today I'm gonna teach you how to play. First of all, how we decide if we can play Anima Squad or not. There are 3 steps that are very simple. First, do you have Silas 2 and Seraphine 2? Yes, well, you can try to play. Second, do you have tank items or anti-heal shred items? Yes, then you can try to play. 3, can you win streak? If you can win streak stage 2 based on the items you have and augments you have, you should consider Anima Squad for sure. Now, you see that I didn't say anything about like AD items or XAYAH items and stuff like that? Well, it's because it doesn't matter. Why? Because XAYAH is not the main carry of Anima Squad. When it comes to Anima Squad, the main source of damage are actually the weapons from the Anima Squad. It's not the damage you do with the main carries. Although it helps to like deal a lot of damage with Seraphine because you can like kill units in the backline or like get units low, the main source of damage you're gonna check in any matchup, you'll see that top damage, maybe not first, but top 2, it's like the Anima Squad damage from the weapons. So knowing that the Anima Squad do the most damage, especially in the early to mid game, we want to like deal as much damage as possible with the weapons. So how do we do that? Well, we want to have a very tanky frontline, because if an Anima champion stays alive, they can use the weapons. And second, you want anti-heal and shred, because some weapons do AD damage, some weapons do AP damage. And anti-heal is good always because there's a lot of healing in this game. Now that you know that the main source of damage comes from Anima weapons and not from like XAYAH itself or other champions, we can make items that are strong from the early game to late game. When it comes to like tank items, the best items probably are like Warmogs, Brambles, Steadfast, but you can make Gargoyle, you can make even Crown Guard if you have it and you win streak, so it's not like you need only to make these items. You stay away from items that are like support-ish, like for example Spirit Visage and Sunfire and stuff like that. Those are not really like tank items, those are more like support items. You want Leona with true tank items, even adaptive is fine. And also you want a source of like shred or healing, because it helps a lot with the Anima weapons that you're gonna deal damage with. When it comes to augments, the best augments are usually like combat augments. So for example, Little Bodies is very good, Sliming is okay, although you wanna like be strong, it's not bad because you get like a lot of experience, so you can hire like 5 Anima Squad in the early mid game. You can get Support Spire, and the best augment in Anima Squad, Quality over Quantity, which is broken, so we're gonna talk about that board a bit later, so you see exactly what items, like Radiant items, we want on the entire board. People will be like, yeah, bro, you need XAYAH too because you're not gonna deal damage, you don't have enough in stage 4. Hold up. Let's say that you are level 8 at 4-2 with 40 gold, right? You need 12 gold for Leona 2, you need 12 gold for XAYAH 2, and you need 12 gold for Sejuani 2, okay? Let's say that you don't get Sejuani 2 and you just get the Sejuani 1, right? That's still like 28 gold. That's a lot, and that's just thinking that you're gonna hit it in a few rolls, okay? But if you think that you're gonna get a XAYAH 1, which is 4 gold, and the rest of 36 gold you can invest in Leona 2, that sounds a bit better, right? Of course, if you have like 4 people that play Leona, you're not gonna hit, or you need to hire. I get that. But think about it like, what if I lose 20 HP in stage 4 by losing some fights to like 2-3 units, right? And I can go 9 at 5-1, 5-2, you have like 40 HP left. I think that's enough for you to like make a board and get like top 2, top 3, even a first if you hire, hey, you can do what you want. But I'm trying to like make you understand that XAYAH items, although are not core to the camp, you can still build it. Like you still want XAYAH carry late game, right? But you don't want to focus on stage 2, stage 3 on making like infinite sword items. Because if you win streak, not only you cannot get swords from carousel, but also you're gonna get like components that are not like the best, right? So you need to slam everything, be as strong as possible, and try to go 9 by 5-1, 5-2. This way, not only you like step over level 8 where everyone is just rolling infinite gold, right? But also you don't have to compete for like units and components. Oh, this guy he's XAYAH 2, oh, I don't have enough swords and stuff like that. Because even if it doesn't look like XAYAH is a very hungry champion, and you don't have enough swords in a game if you don't streak. Late game, of course, you still want XAYAH to be the main carry, especially if you don't have like a legendary 2-star like a Viego with items or Aurora with items. But try to prioritize early mid game on items that can like make you win streak. So tank items and Seraphine with anti-heal should be more than enough to win stage 2 and maybe half of stage 3. Of course, stage 3 also if you like find 5 Anima with upgrade units. And to like try to like skip level 8, because it doesn't help you to stay on level 8 and compete with like 4 other players that want like XAYAH 2. It's not gonna go anywhere. When it comes to the most broken augmenting game for this camp, it's quality over quantity. For those that don't know, quality over quantity, if you have only one item on your champion, it transforms into the Radiant version, right? Best items for this board are Steadfast, Even Shroud, Gargoyle, Adaptive, Morello, Giant Slayer. And for XAYAH, I know, you see 3 items, you're like, oh, I want quality over quantity. No. In the late game, when you are like stage 5, stage 6, you want to like have 3 items on your main carry. Okay, so XAYAH, you should end the game with 3 items for her. Until then, you can make Radiant IE, you can make Radiant Striker's Flail. All of those are fine. Any AD item, it's not bad. I think the best in slot, if I'm not wrong, it's like Radiant Deadblade. Although it's kind of hard to get double swords, you know. When it comes to Anima squad weapons, a lot of people make a lot of mistakes, so I'm gonna teach you how to use them properly. You can see here, there are 2 options that you can play Anima squad. In the left, you can see that these are like the 3 Anima squad, 5 Anima squad, and 7 Anima squad. Of course, you're not gonna get all these options all the time, so try to like think about it in like the best order from left to the right, okay? Now, the most used version, it's usually this one, with UU Blaster, Animais, and Gatling Guns, okay? This is what people play, has good results, it's not bad. I'm not gonna go into it because I think you saw it 1,000 times, it's good, okay? Let's talk about this other version, where you see this guiding hex, you see the bow, and you see the Gatling Guns. Why is this good and why does it work? Well, I'm gonna explain to you exactly what each one does, okay? First of all, UU Blaster pretty much focuses on a unit, so it helps you a lot to kill units early, right? And to like burst and like maybe kill the rest of the team, right? Guiding Hex does the opposite. When, for example, you fight someone that has like a very tanky front line, imagine like a Poppy with Bramble, right? That's pretty hard to kill. Well, Guiding Hex helps you with that, because it goes around Poppy and goes in the back line, dealing damage to the enemy carry, which is very good, especially if the enemy front line is very tanky. Now, the weapon that everyone I think hates and doesn't like is this like bow thingy. Pretty much what it does, it like throws a bow and there's an area where it does damage, right? The main problem with this is that it's kind of bad if the unit just walk up, which happens a lot. But if you paid attention to the itemization, we thought that you need to like focus heavily on the frontline items, true tank items, because building tank items allows this bow to deal damage over time without the units like getting out of the circle. So that's very good. And the last one, probably the best weapon, is Gatling Guns, just because it deals a lot of damage and it can reach backline also. But, of course there's a third version that I found out right before I started recording this video, and I want to talk about it also because it's from a very important person, the Double World Champion, Title. For those who don't know, this is a website where Title usually posts like meta review or patch analysis or whatever you want to call it, and he has a lot of comps that usually he thinks are good, and he talks a bit about all of them. If you look here, you're gonna see that on the Anima Squad weapons section, he has some like interesting weapons that you don't usually see in Meta TFT or other tier lists. So let's talk about it a bit. So his favorite way of choosing weapons is on 2-1 he takes Blade Orang, then it's UU Blaster, then the Serpent. On 5 he take Animais, Vortex Glove, and then the bow that we talked everyone hate. And on 7 of course he take Gatling Guns, he take Tornadoes, which is a bit interesting, and Annihilator. Now, why is he doing this? Why is a bit change? Well, so let's talk about it. When it comes to 7 Anima Squad, he says that Annihilator is way better than Tornadoes, if the tempo is like a bit higher and stuff like that. So, when it comes to like these two weapons, he says that you pretty much should judge on how the fight is gonna go, if it's gonna be a burst fight, or if it's gonna be a slow fight, right? Also, the way he chooses his weapons is actually pretty simple. If he has Last Whisper, he's gonna get Anima Squad weapons that do AD damage. If he has Voice Staff, it's gonna take Anima Squad weapons that do AP damage, which I don't think it's actually bad, and I heard before that this Blade Orang actually is very good the later in the game you go. I didn't test it yet, so I'm gonna go... I didn't test it yet, but I'm gonna go and see exactly how good these Anima Squad weapons in my next games might be good. Now, which one is the best? Well, truth being told, I think nobody knows. I think everything is good, and I think unless you want to take the time to make the math, or unless someone really wants to put infinite time in like seeing and testing these weapons, I think you should try all the versions. I think you should try it and see which one feels better for you. Because I heard people saying that, oh, the first version is better, oh, the second version is better, the third one is better. I actually think that you should just test it for yourself and see which one is better. For me, I personally like the first one. Maybe Title 1 is better also. We don't know. I hope you learned something from this video, and remember, early game is very important and make tank items. Combat is amazing. You don't need XAYAH items, and choose the correct Anima Squad weapons. Hopefully you liked it, and see you at the next one.